Hello, everybody. My name is Tracy. I am 56 years old. I have had high blood pressure since I was 40, and along with some other things that we'll talk about as we go forward. And I have reduced my high blood pressure and gone off the medication. And I want to share with you how I did it so that maybe you can come up with the same results that I did. Okay, so there it is. I made the statement. Now, how did I get to reduce my blood pressure? I've been on losartan for years to keep my blood pressure low. Statistically, it's always been above. It's always been, I can't remember the exact number, but even when I would go to the doctor, they always go, "Well, you're a little bit nervous about coming in, white coat syndrome." Yeah, probably. And I don't like being here, and I don't like the fact that my blood pressure is high, even while I'm on losartan. So then I made a decision. Many years ago, when I was early 2000s, I weighed in at my heaviest weight, 295 pounds. I'm 5'11", way over the top. I weighed 185 when I graduated high school. So I decided to start losing some weight, and I did lose initially, and gained some of it back a little bit, about 60 pounds. And in that journey, I did not reduce my blood pressure. That did not change that. In fact, it just continued to go forward as we got older. It just continued to get elevated. And that's when I went on blood pressure medication. My type 2 diabetes came into play, fatty liver disease came into play. And I've been able to reduce the blood pressure, the fatty liver disease, and I'm on my way to go off of not the first medication because I've already gone off of one for type 2 diabetes. I'm going off my second one, hopefully here within the next couple of weeks. I'm excited about that. How did I get rid of the blood pressure issue? First thing that I did is I weighed about between 65 and 45 and 65 pounds overweight, depending on when you weighed me when I went to the doctor. And I was at 245 and I decided I'm done with this. I have a wife who's got some health issues that I need to focus on. I want to be around for my grandkids. I've got four grandkids right now, with one on the way from one of my adopted kids. I'm so excited. I want to be around. I want to be an old grandpa playing with my kids. And I can't do that if I don't start taking care of myself. And so the first thing that I decided to do was to lose 45 pounds because at that time I weighed about 245 and some change. Told my doctor, told every friend in the world to hold myself accountable, made the statements to my wife, and then I started on the process. What I did was first was losing weight, and I made a goal to walk. I don't exercising at the gym. I have a membership at Vasa, but I don't go like I should. I need to go more. I don't. That was not a part of this initial. I wasn't part of Vasa. I just started joining them just recently. But walking. So I have a Fitbit and I track my steps, and I made a goal that I would do 10,000 steps a day. So if during the day when I'm at work and doing other things and running around, I don't reach that 10,000 goal, I walk at night on the walking path near us, and I make sure that I hit at least 10,000 steps. I go way past that now on a regular basis. So that's the one thing that I did. The next thing that I did was an application. I don't make any money from these people, by the way. So what I'm about to, anything that I'm going to tell you, I don't make any money from it. One of the reasons is I wanted to do a video and do a video series on the channel is because I see a lot of people talking about how you can reduce your blood pressure, how you can get off type 2 diabetes. But none of those people are saying, yeah, I'm one of them, and this is how I reversed it. I am, and this is how I reversed it. So the first thing that I am on that I use as a tool is a program called Lose It. Unfortunately, it's just what it looks like. On it, I'm able to track all my meals and things for the day. I'm able to track exercises and keep track of it. And you can see at the top there, I have oh, here, let me, so I have there's the goals across the top of how much food I can eat. I know that's a little blurry. I track everything that I eat. You may say, well, that's a pain in the butt. Well, you know what? It's life. It is life to live. I track everything that I eat. I have a set to lose up to 2 pounds a week initially. It's slowed down a little bit right now, and I track everything I eat. If I eat a mint, I track the mint. I keep track of my calories. I exercise. My exercise, I use a program called Strava when I walk. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's free as well. This is free. I do pay an upgrade on this Lose It application only because I like all the data that I get from it that you won't get from the free version. So I do pay for that because I love all of this little specs and meta. All that stuff is great to me. I love that stuff. But there's a free version of it. Don't have to pay a dime. I don't make any money from it. I'll put a link in the description for Lose It. Then I use Strava. Strava is made for bicyclists mostly, bikers and things like that, or runners. I'm a walker. I track my walk. It does it through GPS, shows how far I've walked, roughly how many steps, roughly how many calories, which is not perfect. No calorie burning app is ever going to tell you exactly, but it gives you a rough amount. And then when it shows up in here, I have it set to transfer and to lose it, so I can see how many calories. Now, the tendency can be, well, I can eat that much more food, but I try and stay away from eating that. I try and not eat the calories that I've burned. And so uh, that way I track everything that I eat. And that is the process that I have lost right now about 35, 34, 35 pounds that I've lost so far since June, July, somewhere there. I've lost that much weight by walking, by tracking my food. You'd be surprised on how much you can lose. After 10 pounds, I don't know if I said this already, but I felt weird at a Walmart one day. The blood pressure machine was there. I've tracked it against my home machine. I have a little home machine here. I took my blood pressure before we talked because when I talk, my blood pressure goes up. So I took my blood pressure to tell you what that is here in just a second. But I've tracked it against my machine and I've tracked it against my doctor's machine. It's fairly close. And I sat down one day because I didn't feel right, thought my blood pressure was up after losing 10 pounds, after doing all this walking and walking all around Walmart, mind you. And I sat down and my blood pressure was about 94 over 65, 68, somewhere in there. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is dangerous. Got a hold of my doctor. They said, okay, what we want you to do is stop taking your lisinopril that you're taking, oh, losartan, excuse me, losartan that you're taking. Stop taking that for a few days. We want to see you in the office. Come on in. So I did. About 3 days later. My blood pressure was at 107 over like 77 or 72 or 77 with a pulse rate of 70. And they said, how did you do that? And I was just blown away myself. I was able to go off that medication, all from tracking what I eat. Now I eat as healthy as I can. I've changed that up. I stay away from carb. I'm type 2 diabetic that's trying to reverse that. So I stay away from carbs. I eat healthy fats. I consume things like nuts, and I have jerky sticks that I like because there's a lot of protein in that. I try to get a lot of protein, a lot of protein. I use a protein powder that I buy from Costco. It's their Kirkland brand protein. It is chocolate. It is great. It is almost completely natural ingredients that go into it. It's a part of my diet. And it has helped a lot in that process as well. I'm going to cover a bunch of supplements in a separate video from this, but that's how I was able to reduce my blood pressure by eating less and moving more. Eating less and moving more. 10 pounds. It was less than 10 pounds. I think it was like 9 pounds. 9 pounds came off. Walking more makes me feel great, and my blood pressure tanked. Right now, when I get up in the morning, my blood pressure is pretty steady at 107 over 72 with a pulse rate of about 70. That's statistically where I'm at. I just did mine just a little bit ago on this machine I was going to show you, but it doesn't save the screen. And it was 116 over 74 with a pulse rate of 77. And part of that's because I've been talking. If I do it while I'm talking, it's elevated because that's just, you should sit quietly when you're getting your blood pressure taken. So there's where I did. And that was the beginning of the process. I have some supplements that are a part of my everyday that I'm going to share with you in the next video. But here's where you start. Most of us are overweight. Some of you are not. Some of you sit very slim, very thin, and you have high blood pressure. Some of that can be something else. I'm just saying with overweight and sedentary lifestyle, I work a job where I'm sitting at a desk most of the time, that I needed to move more, getting my heart rate up on a regular basis, walking. I'm not running. I'm not, I used to run a long time ago, but I can't do that anymore. I'm too old for that. I do ride a bike when I bought a bike somewhere in the middle of this process that I'm going to start riding more this coming summer. I live in Colorado Springs. It is snow. It is not enjoyable to ride a bike right now, but it has just been from trying to hit that 10,000 step goal every day and changing what I eat. So there is how those alone, those things alone, I believe, made the biggest difference in me turning around my high blood pressure. You can do this too. You can do this. It's just that you get fed up. I got fed up. I was done. I told my doctor, I'm done. I'm done taking more and more medications. I'm going to lose weight. 45 pounds was a goal, 35. They came off easy. I'm fighting this last 10, but that just happens when your system settles in. But I weigh 209 right now, 208, 209, somewhere in their vicinity. Bounce up a little bit. I haven't been that weight since way when I first got married, maybe. This is crazy. And I was able to do it. And you can do it too. So there you go. Next video, we're going to talk about supplements that I believe play a big role in this process. So keep an eye out for that. It's coming soon. And get busy about it. Lose it. Strava to track your walks. You can tie it into that. Fitbit, you can, if you don't want to do Strava, you can do Fitbit. Will tie into that as well. You don't even have to tie it into there because you don't even have to pay attention to any of the calories you burn, just what you eat, and that you get busy and make a goal that you're not going to let yourself go by. If it's late at night and I haven't hit 10,000 steps, I'm out on the path, walking a stretch so that I know that I can reach it and I don't give it up. This summer, I walked through massive rainstorms. And I did it because I want to be able to live a long life. I want to be a grandfather. I want to be able to take care of my wife who has health issues. I want to be able to be that, and I want to live a life, and you can do it too. So there you go. Happy losing of weight. Get on Lose It. Check out Strava or another program. Get a Fitbit. You can buy them cheap now. And track how much you walk. Make sure that you make a goal. You can do this. You can do this. You deserve a life. Peace.